Hello, dear students. Welcome to the first lecture in English for Standard 11. We will begin with the poetry. Poetry is section 2 in your textbook, and so the first poem is 2.1 Cherry Tree. Yes, you guessed it right. We're talking about these cherries, which might be some of your favorite fruit. Now, let us begin with the icebreakers. Trees are revered because. Now, the title of the poem, Cherry Tree, must have already given you a thought that the poem must be something about this tree. But before we start, let us get to know a little more about trees. Now, trees are very much necessary because first reason is given to you. They give us joy. Apart from that, trees help us maintain balance in the environment. They also bring rainfall. They provide us with oxygen, food, fruits, flowers, wood, and so many more things. And it also helps to prevent soil erosion. So, such things you all can write it down in your textbook. I'm sure you have already taken your textbook and are jotting down the notes as we discuss. So, the first exercise is done. The next one, column A, shows your involvement in growing a tree, as well as the stages in the life of a tree. Column B shows the feelings you experience at all the stages. Match them properly. For those of you who have already had this experience of planting new saplings or plants or seeds, and as and when you see them grow, you can identify yourself and your emotions with the exercise here. For those of you who have not done such a thing before, can experience it now and take an effort and plant a sapling soon. Okay, so the first thing, you planted a sapling. So what kind of feeling did you have? It is E, that is, you wanted to make a humble beginning. You watered the plant. So what did you do? You cared for it. That is G. Okay. Then you saw the shoot for the first time. What happens now? The new experience brought excitement to you. Then you fenced the plant. Why did you do that? Because you wanted to, or your motive was to protect it. That is F. The plant gradually saw lush green leaves grow on it. So, what happens here? The color symbolizing life gave you a feeling of hope. That is D. Then the tree had buds too. So, that will be, it gave you a feeling of joy to see the promising future. And the last one, birds made a nest on the tree which was fully grown and laden with flowers. So you were happy and satisfied because you experienced what you had often heard, that small beginnings can lead to great achievements. And my dear students, in this poem as well, we see the little boy or the poet who describes his feeling as he sees the cherry tree grow in front of him. So let us first get to know the poet. The poet of this poem, Cherry Tree, is Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond is born on 19th May 1934. We'll watch a short video which will give us the idea of the life of Ruskin Bond. So yes, my dear students, I'm sure you got to know a lot more about the poet. He is from Kasauli, Himachal Pradesh. Your textbook as well has a lot of information about the poet and his life achievements. So let us get to know the poem. Cherry Tree. 8 years have passed since I placed my cherry seed in the grass. Must have a tree of my own, I said, and watered it once and went to bed and forgot. But cherries have a way of growing, though no one's caring very much or knowing. And suddenly that summer, near the end of May, I found a tree had come to stay. It was very small, 5 months child, lost in the tall grass running wild. Goats ate the leaves the grass cutter scythe, split it apart, and a monsoon blight shriveled the slender stem. Even so, next spring I watched 3 new shoots grow. The young tree struggled, upward thrust, its arm in a fresh, fierce lust. For light and air and sun, I could only wait as one who watched, wondering, while time and the rain made a miracle from green growing pain. I went away next year, spent a season in Kashmir, came back thinner, rather poor, but richer by a cherry tree at my door. 6 feet high, my own dark cherry, and I could scarcely believe it. A berry, ripened and jeweled in the sun, hung from a branch, just one. And next year there were blossoms small, pink, fragile, quick to fall. At the merest breath, the sleepiest breeze, I lay on the grass at ease, looking up through leaves at the blue blind sky, at the finches as they flew and flitted through the dappled green, while bees in an ecstasy drank of nectar from each bloom, and the sun sank swiftly, and the stars turned in the sky, and moon moths and singing crickets, and yes, I praised night and stars and tree, that small, the cherry grown by me. Ruskin Bond. So, my dear students, the poem Cherry Tree is about the ecstasy, that is, the excitement of the poet over a plant which he has seeded 8 years ago. It was a seed of cherry tree which took 8 years to grow. And in the poem, we can see the poet Ruskin Bond expresses his wonder at the nature works hard to survive in difficult conditions against all odds. So let us get to see the poem and understand it stanza by stanza. The first one. 8 years have passed since I placed my cherry seed in the grass. Must have a tree of my own, I said, and watered it once and went to bed. And forgot, but cherries have a way of growing, though no one's caring very much or knowing. So here we see that 8 years ago, the poet planted a cherry seed. Why? Because he wanted to have a plant of his own. We have these small desires as kids, and we want to have those things. So the poet, as a kid, he wished to have a plant or a tree of his own, the one he himself planted and the one he saw grow in front of him. So he wanted a cherry tree. So the young poet, what he used to do, he just first planted the seed and then he forgot about it. Let's see what happened later. And suddenly that summer, near the end of May, I found a tree had come to stay. It was very small, 5 months child, lost in the tall grass running wild. So after those, some months, the young poet, he used to water the seed daily, but he was unaware of the fact that cherry plants need extra special care to grow into a healthy tree. So in spite of getting any attention, special attention, By the end of May, he saw that the small cherry sapling had come out of the ground. And it was a very small plant. It was young, it was fragile, okay, vulnerable to all kinds of external dangers. You know, the small sapling, as it grows, it is not aware about the various threats that are present around him, around the plant. The tall wild grasses grew all around it. Okay, and let us see what more happened. Goats ate the leaves. The grass cutters scythe split it apart, and a monsoon blight shriveled the slender stem. But even such these conditions, in these dangerous conditions, we see that tall wild grasses had grown. The goats started eating its leaves. The grasses which were growing around were cut by the blade of those people who come to cut the grass. And because of monsoon, the leaves had started becoming very very tender. They started getting spoiled, and they got very much dry. And in spite of all these conditions, the young tree made its struggle against nature to survive and fiercely made an upward thrust. See, you can see here. Even so, next spring, I watched three new shoots grow. The young tree struggle, upward thrust its arm. Okay, so here we can see in the picture, this is the scythe with which you cut the grass. So obviously that small sapling must have definitely been hurt by the scythe. Okay, and because of the monsoon blight, okay, the monsoon rains had withered away the leaves, the delicate leaves, and also some of them had become dried because of the heat. Okay, but later on he saw that there were small shoots, small shoots which grew from the tree, and the young tree started struggling upwards towards the thrust, and its arms in a fresh fierce lust. Okay, lust is strong desire, so it wanted to grow. It had a strong desire to fight against all these odds and grow. I could only wait as one who watched, wandering while time and the rain made a miracle from green growing pain. I went away next year, spent a season in Kashmir, came back thinner, rather poor, but richer by a cherry at my door. Now, the poet could not just wait and watch while he took pleasure on seeing his small cherry plant blossoming into a tree as time and rain nourished it, and like a miracle, he saw that the tree had grown. It was too stubborn to give up to all these odds in the nature. And then it was time for the poet to bid adieu to his beloved tree. Why? Because it was time for him to go somewhere. He was supposed to go to Kashmir and spend a season there. So he was very much worried about his tree. But the poet, when he returned after a few months, his health, though it was poor, okay, and heart, but was overjoyed to find a 6 feet high dark cherry tree at his doorstep. So when he went, the cherry tree was very small. But when he came back, he saw this beautiful blossom cherry tree at his doorstep. So he's very happy. To his disbelief, he saw, let's see what he saw. 6 feet high, my own dark cherry, and I could scarcely believe it a berry, ripened and jeweled in the sun, hung from a branch just one. And next year there were blossoms small, pink, fragile, quick to fall. So he noticed that there was this one small cherry which was hanging from the branch. Okay, and the branch of this beautiful cherry tree. See, can you see the cherry blossoms? Okay, the way the tree starts flowering, and after this flowering comes the cherry fruits. Okay, so these small little pink flowers, okay, the fragile flowers, they start falling because of the stir of the wind. Okay, and then he could see some one or two cherries hanging on the branch. At the merest breath, the sleepiest breeze, the flowers could fall. So I lay on the grass at ease, looking up through leaves at the blue blind sky, at the finches as they flew and flitted through the dappled green. See, so the poet, he started, he just laid down on the grass under the tree, and in his excitement, okay, whole day at leisure, he just started looking up to the tree, cherry tree, excuse me, as the finches. What is finches? Finches are these birds as they flew past and they flocked in and out of the tree and the bees drank. Let's see what happens. While bees in an ecstasy drank of nectar from each bloom, and the sun sank swiftly, and the stars turned in the sky, and moon moths and singing crickets, and I, yes, I praised night and stars and tree, that small the cherry grown by me. So you can see how the bees, they started collecting nectar, started drinking nectar from each bloom, from each flower. And soon it was dark and star lit the whole night sky, and the moon moths and crickets, see, these are moon moths and crickets, they started singing. So as the poet enjoyed the rapture of nature and felt himself akin with it, he marveled at his own creation. Why his own creation? Because he himself has planted that seed, and now the small seed has grown into a huge big tree. Small cherry plant has now grown into a big tree over the span of 8 years. And in the ending couplet, the poet associates himself with the nature and creator as he takes pride for being part of it. And so, my dear students, cherry tree is there for the poet's, you know, uh, praise about the ways of nature as it participates in the process of creation. It is a struggle of each living object to fight and survive despite all odds. So we see the cherry tree is a symbol of survival, and it escapes almost eaten by a goat and being cut with the grass and all the other adversities around it. Okay, and we also see that throughout the poem, the bond between the child in the poem and the tree is of care and nurture, just like in a family who is all the members who are caring for each other. They never abandon his this child in the poem. The poet, he never abandons his tree saying that, okay, it's not growing, so just let it be. He is ready to take care of it. And even when the conditions become tough, he highlights it with dedication and takes care to develop strong and binding relationship of affection and compassion with the tree. Okay. And one more theme is there in this poem, that is the ability to start something new and help it to reach its potential. We start something, sometimes we give up, okay, we don't have determination, but here in the poem we see the poet helps the cherry tree to grow stronger, and later when it grows into a huge tree, he feels proud of the cherry tree, like the parents who see their children grow from childhood to adults, and when they become successful, how happy they are. In the same way, this little poet, okay, this the poet or the little child in the poem is happy to see his own hard work being paid off. Okay, so I hope, my dear students, you have understood the poem and the meaning behind the poem written by Ruskin Bond, Cherry Tree. Thank you and have a nice day.